treant. Left behind the super magical unicorn horn because it's no use to us. All we want to is the talking oil can, who is super slippery when filled. Turns out he's empty, so he's really useful. We'll bring that with us, and then we're gonna go to this lurch limb, dark lurch, the lurching stump of doom. This place where
The name you're looking for is Leaping Lurch.
the leaping lurch, this large tree that is also the home of Scabatha Nightshade, also known as Grant, also known as Terrible Hag number 2. She also has a field of red caps and a field of scarecrow minions and tin soldiers and lots of other terrible things.
Don't forget the slaves.
Don't forget the slaves and the goblins, which I'm really excited about, as negotiating some goblins. And we have Will, which is the one thing that Grey Nightshade wants, so we have the upper hand, even though it doesn't look like it.
We're going to unionize those goblins.
Yep, that's all sounds great. I don't have anything to add to that. Also, you have a mushroom, but you put him to sleep and set him in the woods. So
yes,
definitely should have eaten him.
Let someone else commit that crime of eating a perfectly innocent fungi.
But you didn't let him do it. You stopped him from eating the mushroom, and then you were like, "Well, now we're not going to do it."
Caper's never been one to think things through, so I think he didn't in his heart what he knew was right without really thinking it through.
I don't know. I like this new Caper that doesn't like throw people in monster pits and kill people and just capriciously murder things.
Now that Caper has murdered a god, he has found his humanity.
Yeah, he's found his inner peace. One god punches the bloodlust for sure.
Yeah, all this sounds about right. So we'll start tonight right in the middle of it, because you sat down the mushroom man, and
oh no, the consequences of our good deeds.
I remember him being put to sleep. I don't remember anyone setting him down.
No, he was totally set down.
Yeah, he set down the ladle. You'll need to probably zoom in to see your tokens. It's a big map. If you don't want to metagame, whoever has the map can span around the map and ask questions about it, and I'll move the tokens and respond to your questions. I think it was Nia that...
Yes, I think we ultimately gave it to Nia, so we probably shouldn't rely on her.
But Theron is with her, so anybody with them that wants to ask about the map, you can, and I'll zoom over to whatever, if you describe it, I'll zoom over there and I'll answer any questions that you have that come up. Otherwise, the rest of you'll probably just need to be able to zoom in to see where your tokens are. The forest, as you approach here, although the map is well lit, the forest is darkened with a canopy. And there's this colossal dead oak that's laying on its side up ahead. And there are 3 living trees that are growing, shooting up out of these dead remains in different places. Almost like towers, and they're candlelit. You can see that there's all kinds of activity, and you can hear voices squabbling and chirping and grating. And you can hear activity and the jingling and clanking of different things further ahead. And on one side of the fallen tree, you can see fires from firelight. There are storefront windows, and you can smell weird smells coming from merchant stalls. It's clear to you as you approach this big looming oak, and then the forest canopy on either side that there's kind of an entrance to the goblin market here. And then there's also over here, this would be like, it almost looks like a decorated bridge that's grown out of the roots on either side, like a big moat going into a castle. And that's obviously like the entrance to the hag's lair. And Will, I gotta put Will here. Will is with you guys, the getaway gang. We changed the plan. I don't have tokens for the getaway gang, so I'm just gonna do it this way. Will is with you guys, though. Here's Will. And he says, now listen. If we can get these kids out of here, make it out, let's meet back here when we're done. And I think I have something that can help you.
We're all ears.
After we get the kids.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So does everyone remember the plan?
Will and Woggletwig look and they like shake their head no. Like,
okay. Before I yeah, come over here. Get your back out. I need to see the map.
Get my what out?
The workshop over here. Taped it to your back. The workshop. How many children are in the workshop over here?
All right.
That's okay.
So if you are all looking at the map, I'll pan it over here. There are actually 2 workshops of note. There is a workshop in this big tree on the 2nd floor that you can see in this inset here. And what was your question?
My question is, how many children are in the southerly workshop?
The southerly workshop. Okay.
The rectangular one.
The ground floor.
There are 3.
All right. That complicates things mildly. All right. The plan.
You can see a little drow child here who's working, and also a little female human and a little tiny, cute, adorable, like red-nosed but wearing a cap female halfling. I can't emphasize how adorable she is enough.
Also probably very small.
She's
okay,
very small.
The plan. First of all, Team A, also known as Goblin Team. That's you, Will. And that's Caber, Squirrel Man of...
I'm not
And
really
Catawan.
And Catawan. Yes, I do have great memory. That sounds excellent. And then there's... And so you guys go into the market with the goblins, and you need to get the goblins on your side. And then use Will to attract Scabatha. And ideally cause some variety of a ruckus. I don't know, bobbing and weaving, making stuff up, it's you improvise at that point. You got all the ingredients necessary. And then there's Team 1. There's no alternative name for this team, and this team is me and maybe Tiffany. I don't know. You don't really have a place, so you can go wherever you want.
This isn't the plan I remember at all, but okay.
Well,
and we will be the Cougar Sharks.
Yeah,
that's our team name now.
Cougar Sharks. No, we're Team 1. Nice try. We're gonna go in this way once a ruckus is started and liberate the kids from the workshop. We wait until the ruckus. Nice and easy. We go in, smash and grab, a little kidnapping, easy peasy. And but most importantly, is Team Alpha, which is everyone that's left, including
So do we have
volunteer
two teams,
battalion.
Wait. Sorry, what?
No, it's Team
There's
A,
Team
Team
A,
1,
Team 1,
and
and
Team
Team
Alpha.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's Team
Yeah.
A, the Cougar Sharks, and Team Theta
No,
for
no,
T for
Team
teleportation.
Team 1 is the Cougar Sharks.
Mm-mm. Teleportation. Yeah,
Joe-
team 1 is the Cougar Sharks, and the team. Which one's Nia on?
Team Alpha.
This is D&D. This is
They're
game.
Team Theta now
This is
because
game.
T
This
for
is D&D.
teleportation.
No, nice try.
Blink
Team
dagger.
Alpha, it needs to infiltrate up here and avoid these mud crabs.
I'm going to zoom out so you can show me what you're talking about.
I think
I
he means
pinged
these red
here.
caps.
And here. They're words, I don't know. And anyway, you need to go in, deal with whatever this thing is. Go up here, and this is all after the ruckus. So you gotta wait until Skabatha leaves her domicile. Because you don't want to deal with her without goblin reinforcements attempting to unionize. And once you're up in her bedroom, you get Theron's soul, and
Then we free the other kids.
and then
right?
and then you go back down and you go into the centery portion here, and you get the kids. You have 2 objectives, but you have the most people, so
Don't we only have 2 people?
Well, no, the Goblin Market has the most people.
It's there. Well, hopefully that's the intention. But no, you have nice try. You have Theron and Nia and the Volunteer Children Brigade of unknown quantity.
I don't remember that.
They're on the
Don't
other side
remember
of the map. They're on the other side of the map, aren't they?
Yeah,
No.
they're
Oh wait, no, okay,
Aren't they
yeah,
up together?
we're gonna split up in the room with the lizard boy, and
No,
we'll
you
go
will
get
not
Theron's
split up.
soul.
That would
Yes,
be
and
silly.
the Volunteer Children Brigade will go upstairs in this round room to
Filled
get
with
the other
soldiers? No.
children in the
Stop. I
circle workshop.
am the keeper of the plan, and we will stick to the plan. You
Tabor
don't
has
split the
locked arms
party.
with Will and started walking towards the goblins.
So,
Excellent.
anyways,
Commence.
wait, before we commence, just let me, and then she like looks under like Theron's. I assume he has a hood. I've always just assumed he has a hood, and just checks to make sure he's not a ginger, because
I thought he had a
gingers
cowboy
souls.
hat right now. A cowboy hat and cowboy boots.
He has a
and
cowboy
Either way,
hat right
she
now.
checks under it regardless to make sure he's not a ginger.
Isn't he definitely a ginger?
He is a ginger. Why?
Then how can there be a soul to save?
Oi.
Well, there isn't
No,
one.
no,
His hair will change color when he gets the soul.
Yeah. What do you mean his hair will change color? Don't you mean he'll get his first freckle? I'm sorry. Okay, let's commence.
Anyways. Okay.
And
I'll
Woggle Twig is gonna just follow Faith.
Oh yeah, and you exist too. You just try to blend in.
He like looks really nervously, like very much not.
No, more tree-like. It shouldn't be
I mean,
difficult.
yeah.
He stands nervously and shakes, and then like looks like side to side, very untree-like, even though he's an actual tree.
God damn it! I swear, sometimes it feels like I work with children. All right.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like we work with a creepy old man.
I'm not that old.
Says the only adult in the group.
I'd imagine like Caber has his arms locked with Will.
I
And
have
is slowly
no idea.
skipping across the bridge.
Sorry about that. I don't know which one's Theron.
The ginger. We were just over this.
That one?
Yes.
Okay.
Woggle Twig starts to follow Catalan.
That also works.
Once we get within range
And then
that
he gets
being able to
confused and like walks.
being able to see these goblins, I'd like to start to sing at them in Goblin because I know.
Let's see here. I want you. First of all, I'll describe what you see and smell as you get here. You see lantern light and fireplaces and all sorts of bizarre smells. Some of them pleasant and some of them unpleasant mixed together. And there are stalls here, 3 of them. They're selling candy, and you can see that there are bags of brightly colored candy, and there are windows carved into the tree here as well, and there are 2 goblins at most of the stalls. This is not a goblin right here. This is actually a group of pixies, and they are trying to hawk a wooden doorstop, a wedge that they found, and they're trying to sell it to this goblin. And this is not a goblin. There's a goblin right here in a tweed jacket trying to sell mushrooms. And then there are 2, as much as regular could be said, regular goblins that don't have any customers currently. And they are currently trying to play rock, paper, scissors, but they don't know how. And let's see. And then there's this fellow here, and he has he's got the same body as the rest of them, but his head is kind of a rotten toffee apple. And he's muttering to himself and walking back and forth. And now you have to sing your goblin song.
All right. It's boogers and toes, boogers and toes. As long as I have boogers and toes, there's never any worries and never any woes.
You start singing that out loud as you get closer.
Yeah.
You can make a performance check with advantage, and you also get the first inspiration token of the campaign because you got your soul back, so you can now have that.
Yay! Oh. Dice are telling the story. I got a 1 and a 2.
Oh
So,
wow, interesting.
Total of an 8.
Okay. They this. What? They they yell at you in Goblin. They're like, be quiet. We're trying to concentrate, and like they're like trying to figure out how to like play rock paper scissors, and they can't figure it out, and it's making them really mad, and it causes enough noise to where Chucklehead starts to come over, and he puts his hands on his hips, and he's like, "What's the meaning of all this?"
Oh, Lord Chucklehead, Your Honor,
Well, you
were
don't know
like,
who Chucklehead is.
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
Will
wait.
told us about him.
Okay. Also, what is Will just like? Are you gonna like tie him up, or is he just walking, or what's the plan here with
Well, I imagine he's like staying really close behind me,
Will? Okay.
maybe behind Catalan. But I would address Chucklehead and nervously gesture towards Catalan, and then say, "We have negotiations to make with you."
Oh, and the stealth team. Stop moving. Where'd you go? Go back to the
We
Goblin
stealthed
Market.
up to the door.
No, you did not. Go to the Goblin
Go
Market.
stealthy.
I'm sorry. Say that last part again, Jake.
We were going to make negotiations with Chucklehead.
What kind of negotiations? Oh, no, it doesn't. No, I don't think it has. Yeah, I didn't think that was true either. I don't know what that was true. I'll be the fat. And then we'll do it. He's like muttering to himself and holding this like rotten toffee apple head. Like,
I'm gonna whisper to Catalan, "Hey, it looks like he needs help."
Yeah, I don't know if it's the kind of help that we can provide. Sir, what's your name again?
Dick, I'll be Chucklehead.
Chucklehead. Sir Chucklehead, we are requesting an audience with Scabatha Nightshade.
No, I wasn't just gonna tell them. No, I still have a job to do. No, I know that.
Oh, who are
I'm
you talking
sorry.
to?
Well, and you can make like a persuasion check. It seems like you guys are trying to be friends with Chucklehead, so.
Will burn my immediate inspiration on this because I'm not risking another terrible roll. Joke's on me. I rolled 12 twice. That's a total of 17.
6 for me.
You got What did you get? God, a 6. What did you get, Jake?
17.
A 17.
Well, I made Granny Nightshade mad one time, and so she turned my head into a toffee apple.
This is a toffee apple. It's obviously a toffee apple.
And he's like, well, so then I was napping one day, and I noticed I had a funny feeling. And well, anyways, this maggot crawled into my head, and we're friends now.
What did you do to get Granny Nightshade so upset?
Oh, I tried to give a piece of candy to one of the kids. I know it's bad. I know, but I don't know. She really seemed to like them. So, well, anyways, that made her real mad.
Why can't the kids have the candy?
Well, it's not that the kids can't have the candy. It's just that, well, I don't know you all that well,
And then he like looks over, and the other two goblins, they're like still just completely like lost trying to figure out rock paper scissors, and so and then these two over here are still. I'm sorry, the pixies and this goblin are still negotiating over the doorstop. This goblin, however, has noticed that Chucklehead is talking to these newcomers and has noticed that they stole his mushroom, and also noticed that Will is among you. And he is the goblin in the tweed jacket that was trying to cook the mushroom. And Chucklehead looks back and sees that this other goblin sees you all talking. He's like,
look, we maybe shouldn't talk about Granny Nightshade out here.
Oh, okay. Do you know of any subjects that all these goblins like to talk about?
Well, they really like candy. They like your candy a lot, and they're real proud of it. They do a pretty good job, making the candy and all. And yeah, they like candy.
Catalan walks over to the stand that is closest to him and tries to talk to one of these goblins. Hey, how much for a piece of candy?
do you speak goblin?
No.
And then the other goblin's like, oh, as if like, how dare you offer something such a low ball, like, and then he's like, oh, and then they go back and forth like whether or not it would be 3 or 2, but they're not exactly sure.
Okay, I'll take it all, and I go to smash a jar of candy.
You are gonna smash a jar of candy?
Yes.
That's what he said.
What's your intention?
To cause a ruckus.
Oh,
While he does, I'd also like to cause extra chaos by casting Fairy Fire in the whole area.
let's see, fairy fire.
They do a dex save if they want to try to not be lit up.
I don't think that they would. These people don't know how to play rock paper scissors. I don't think they're gonna figure that one out. But
Okay.
yeah, but I'm trying to remember. Let's see. Anything stealthed or anything hidden is revealed or something like that, right?
Basically, it's getting outlined if there's invisible. But like, obviously, I don't want to hit Team Alpha or Team 1.
One thing that's revealed to you is that there are a bunch of living mushrooms in this stall that are being held captive.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then other than that, what is its range? This is going to be important.
Oh, hang on. I gotta look. It's one thing I didn't look at. It has a range of 60 feet and affects an area of 20-foot square. So it's not actually as big as I thought it was, but that's okay.
Diameter or radius?
Square. It's a square.
Okay,
So
I'm looking around to make sure.
20-foot cube.
Ah,
And this is a weird question. Does it only do that for you or for everyone?
Each object within the 20-foot cube is outlined in a color of light of my choosing. It is outlined if it is, or also cast an outline of light if it fails a dexterity saving throw. For the duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. So everything within the thing sheds light.
Are you sure you
Uh,
want to do that?
it's a 20-foot square, right? So I would just do it right
Oh,
here on.
oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. 20
Yeah,
foot square.
it's not like a 500-foot
Yeah.
bubble. It's
Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah. The only thing that you notice with that is suddenly something bright glows out of the window, and then also you know that there are some mushroom people here that are. Let me look. Get a token for that real quick.
it is a smash and grab, right? You're not just gonna smash and leave it. It's a smash and grab.
I'm just gonna smash it. I wasn't actually gonna eat any candy.
They start to yell. You smash it. Everyone in this area is like illuminated. What does it look like when you cast your spell?
It looks like Kaber takes in a really deep breath and then sneezes, but instead of snot, it's just this like bright green pixie dust that kind of fills the area, makes
Uh,
everyone glow.
yeah, everyone starts to glow, and you smash it, and the goblins immediately they start to they're gonna try to wrestle you to apprehend you, and then Chucklehead's like, hey, what are you doing? And this goblin, because he's mad and he sees that perhaps you could be overpowered, comes over to try to help them. And Katawan, you can make a contested strength check or athletics check at disadvantage since there are two of them.
Would he have advantage though? Because it's the fairy fire gives you advantage on attack rolls. So could it just be a flat roll?
I mean, no.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not an attack. And there are two goblins. Three
I mean, it's
goblins.
kind of like an attack.
Okay,
He doesn't
so
want it to happen.
a roll at strength check at disadvantage.
Or athletics.
Same thing. Okay,
It's contested.
that's a 15 plus 6.
Okay. You're able to.
21.
You have these goblins that are hopping on you and trying to grab hold of your arm and try to pull you down, but you're just like, kind of like a little kid that's like holding onto your arm. You're just like they're just hanging off of you.
Look, I'm a tree.
Everyone's watching you now, and the pixies have stopped trying to sell stuff, and all the other goblins they're watching you as well. And Chucklehead looks like he's gonna run off and try to get help.
I turn to him, noticing the expression on his face, and say, "Hurry, get Nightshade. She's really needed."
Hadawan says, "Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?"
He looks like he's gonna go get guards.
that's a good one, Thomas.
No, we don't. We need management out here. Don't get guards. Get Nightshade.
I think he's gonna go get guards. Meanwhile, I'm gonna pan the camera over here. Where's Woggle?
Can that be a persuasion check?
Yeah, totally. But remind me of that. I'll get back to you in a second. Where's there he is.
Right here.
Okay. Now, you guys have snuck around the outside of the woods, and you've seen that Catawans just started smashing something, and goblins have started to pile up on top of them, and there's some yelling going on. And anyways, what are you all trying to do?
Well, this is our plan and the path we had taken before you said no, you don't.
Yeah, so you make it this far so far. So what are you trying to sneak past, or what are you?
Yeah,
Trying
we're the stealth team, so like
Okay.
this is our planned route.
What are each of your dexterity checks? And I'm also gonna check. Let's see.
Dexterity like checks or saves, like modifier.
Yeah. That way I can know.
I have a +2.
+2.
I have a +2 as well.
+2. Okay. Well, Woggletwig has a -1, so he's going to make the stealth check.
What?
However,
What?
he has a
Wait,
feature.
why is he coming with?
I thought he's not.
No, he was supposed to stay with Will, I thought, or somebody
At
told him to
one
stay and
point
be a
he was
tree.
following Catawan.
Yeah, and then he started to wander off, and then where's the other team? He's supposed
Yeah,
to
Faith
be
got
back
moved
here
to
with...
the other team.
No, he's not gonna leave. He's not gonna leave Faith ever.
Well, that's what I said, and then you said, okay, he's gonna follow Catawan. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he started to follow Catawan because he got lost.
Ah.
Anyways, okay. So, Theron, you can make a stealth check if you like.
I did,
Oh.
and it was a nat 20 for 22.
Ooh, nice. Okay, so you all notice as you're traveling here that, and you can move your tokens to all the way up to here if you want. But right here, you see a bunch of other things going on. Suddenly, there's this like spell light that goes off, and there's a bunch of glowing things, and there's a whole bunch of little things that you can see, glowing lights coming from inside the fabric on the other side of this stall, and there's obviously glowing mushroom shaped things. Anyways, that's what you see there.
I'm going to ignore the mushroom glowing things and move all the way up there.
Sounds good.
Same. Given how the last mushroom we saved reacted, I really don't want to deal with a mushroom being really quiet at this volume.
Yeah, that's not my intent.
Let me see.
So we can make it up to here.
You can make it up to, yeah, that's a good place, right, like right there. All right. You can see the giant tree here. Its huge roots are like, they rise 5 to 10 feet up in the air in places, almost as high as these trees. And then there is to the side of the tree a grove of bearded willows over on the bank. There's this muddy, murky bank over here. Okay, and
That these red mushroom things? Is that what you're talking about?
no. There's like these willow trees on the bank of this this creek, as you said, and anyways, they're
Well, no, that side's a river. The other one's a creek because it's small.
or
But yeah,
When you
continue.
say bearded willows, do you mean like...
you're not here.
That is a valuable question, though. Do they have faces? Like, are they dwarf-looking trees?
No, they just look like weird-looking willow trees, but you're not that close, so you could go try to go see. But anyways, there's a little patch of tilled earth here on the near side of that, and it's underneath the boughs of these willow trees. Okay, and there are caps. Like toadstool caps sticking up out of the ground. Just out of the loam of the dirt.
I vote we ignore it and continue sneaking our way closer.
I mean, yeah, Will already warned us that those are red caps, not
Yeah.
to fuck with them.
So we're going to take the long way around them. We're going to go
Well,
sneak right by them.
I feel like this would actually be the short way, but
Well, short
like,
way, but we're not
yeah,
going to
there's
walk
like
through them.
it puts further distance between us and them.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Sean, you can make a stealth check with advantage.
Hell yeah, I'm good at both those
You
things.
are all concealed.
Okay, let's see.
Nice.
24.
All right. You all can move up to here, all the way to this window. As you
The
sneak
door.
through the roots, or I'm sorry, the door. As you sneak through the roots, you're able to make it up to the door. You don't see any motion from the red caps, from the caps that are sticking up out of the ground. And
I check the map, which is not taped to my back because I did not consent to that.
all right,
I thought you said you taped it to the front of your shield.
I was gonna tape it to the belly of my turtle shield when Faith had it, but Nia has
Oh.
it, so she taped it to the belly of her hedgehog dagger.
Okay. Well, okay. Whatever.
I like
Regardless of
plushies.
wherever it is.
So I pull out my +1 hedgehog and confer with the map.
all right. What do you want to know about the map?
If that lizard guy is still in the room, or anyone else.
Yeah, you don't see that. I will tell you what you do see in that room. You can also just look in the door. There's like one of those. One of you might have to hoist the other up, but one of those, whatever you call it, little viewports on the top of the door.
Oh, that would still give us a restricted view, though. Oh, for a second I thought he froze. He
No.
was just so still.
He's contemplating.
There's a lot of weird stuff here. I'm trying to even figure out how. Okay. I'm also trying to find the freaking token, but I guess they didn't give me one for this. So I'll tell you what you see on the map. You see, and I'll put it here. You see a dwarf. Wait, is that the right layer? Yeah. And the dwarf is like moving toward this room. Okay. And then you see some sort of big symbol here. This looks like a cauldron, and then there's actually a child that's working the cauldron. It looks like she's cooking something. It seems that one of the children is here. And it is a little female human. And you can see... Yeah. That's what you can see here.
Okay. If I use Theron as a stool, can I see over the cauldron onto what I assume is some kind of shelf over here?
Are you trying to look in the door?
Yes. And I'm going to tell him my plan.
Okay. When you look inside, you see a really nasty looking kitchen. Everything is made out of oak, obviously, because it's a tree, but there's a large clay oven sitting right in the middle of the room, and it's hot. You can feel the heat coming out through the port and the door. And you said you look at this shelf right here?
Then I see it, yes.
You do see a shelf. It is covered everywhere in really gross things like fungus and jars of pickled worms that are still squirming around inside, animal skulls, and moldy cookbooks. A weird, sickly vapor is coming up out of this oven as the child.
Is the oven taller than a child?
At the top of it, yes.
Is the dwarf still moving, or has he just stopped at the door like he's guarding it?
In the time that you've taken to do this, you hear the door open and you hear someone say, "Do I smell some potatoes?"
Is it possible he's a friendly dwarf and not a witch's minion?
I doubt it.
Me too, but I thought I'd ask.
Anybody marching around in Granny Nightshade's house freely is probably not friendly towards us.
Yeah. But we do look like children,
Yes.
which could be to our advantage if we are the new children. Wink. But
He
no.
could also just like haul us off someplace, and then we're stuck in a separate part of the.
Can I see
This
if
is
this
actually
other...
what the dwarf looks like.
Oh, he
That
does
scared
not
the
look.
crap out of me. I thought I broke something. Like I clicked the map and then boom, there's a dwarf. Can I see if this door that leads to what's-her-face's bedroom is open or not?
I want to note a couple other things that you see.
All right.
It's all just kind of weird, so it's hard. Are you still? You're still. Wait, what did you ask? What did you ask again?
If I could see if this door was open from the door we're at.
That door is not open. You can. Let's see. So is Theron trying to lift you up to see through the porthole in the door? Not vice versa. Yeah, obviously it's going to be. It's Nia.
Yes.
Nia's looking through the door. It's interesting because she can't remember secrets. She can't convey things. But
Well, yeah, but between the two of them, she's the only one who can teleport to anywhere she can see.
yes.
So being the one to see seems like the better plan.
Sure. You see that the girl is chained to something in the room,
Oh no.
to her leg. And you can make a perception check as well.
Before I make that check, would it be reasonable, based on the direction of the chain, to assume that she's tied to this, what looks to be an in-floor jail cell?
Yep.
I'm still going to make the check anyway, but... 11!
And that's it. And now I'm going to pan back over to these folks down here. Whoop.
I missed you, Caleb!
So, what's your story?
Who?
Oh,
You?
yeah. To Faith.
Oh. Oh, because I've been making jokes about stuff he
doesn't-
can't remember
He
anymore.
doesn't
That's
remember
right.
you.
Well, I'm pretty sure you used to be an adventurer, because I think for a minute there I remembered going up the staircase with this creepy old blue guy who then fell off the infinite staircase, and we were chasing the Jabberwock, who also fell off the infinite staircase, I think. So I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure your name is
sound like
actually
me.
Din, and that you hang out with a rabbit girl.
That part sounds like me. The rabbit girl. That's part for the course. But no, the rest of it doesn't quite sound like me. Hey, you're a druid, right?
Certainly, while I'm little, I'm a druid now.
Okay. Do you have the capacity to transform into a creature capable of carrying 3 children?
I mean, maybe?
Speedily.
Giant crab time.
I understand that you're not very confident. I haven't met a lot of child druids myself, but you seem exceptionally talented. I think you can do it. I believe in you.
Hey, DM!
Yeah.
Since I have my foggy-ass memories, could I turn into a giant spider that 3 children could ride?
3 children would never ride a giant spider.
Because even if they wouldn't ride it, I could cover them in web and just drag them out speedily.
What CR?
And I've definitely...
What CR level can you wild shape into right now? CR1 or?
Let's see. I
I
am
appreciate
at
your
4th
imagination,
level,
but
so
I was
I can
hoping for pony.
I can go to CR half.
I mean, like pony or like elk or like moose or like a or like a
A
cow,
broad, large cat.
Are any of
maybe?
those even animals in this game?
or like
Those
a
all sound so
hippopotamus,
mundane.
or a rhinoceros.
Literally anything but the one you immediately went to.
A
Like,
horse.
So-
even a wolf would be more friendly than a spider. Like,
I don't think you can get less child friendly. Even most terrifying creatures, children would be like, "Oh yeah, let's climb all over that."
You could,
But
you could
not spiders.
literally turn into a warhorse, but you know we could go with the spider, or or you can turn into a giant goat, which should fit the theme of the adventure.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go goat all the way unless there's like some giant squirrel option. I can just become the next caver.
The giant goat is it is a large beast, so you could absolutely, and it has a +3 bonus of 17 to strength, so it's absolutely able to carry a bunch of people on it.
Contrary to my actual appearance, I want to be like the most evil, satanic-looking goat ever.
of
So
course.
you can scare the children. That's great. Anyways, continue. Anyways, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yes.
Okay. But what about a goat that children would want to climb on?
I did not tell the blue man that I can turn into a goat. I just said yes.
Okay. Excellent. And Tree Man, are you
Yeah.
can you be useful?
Tiffany immediately
Yeah.
pats him on the head because that was mean.
He loves it. He likes being patted on the head by Faith.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. And now we just I guess we wait for a ruckusing.
Okay. You are hearing noise, but it's not very clamorous. And you don't hear anything moving from here. So I'm going to move back to the Goblin Market.
Actually, before you
oh.
flee from me, I do
Okay.
want to ask, can we see any stop pinging me around, any guards in this approximate direction? Like, do we have a do we see anyone over there?
You would, so this bridge kind of raises up, so you would need to try to move ahead onto the bridge or sneak onto the bridge in order to try to do that.
I am stealthy. I would like to do that. Not trying to be too inquisitive, but just trying to see if there's anyone around.
All right, make a stealth check.
All right, big money, no whammies. What
Oh,
does
wait.
17 get me?
A 17. It gets you what's going on in the foyer, and I will tell you. You see a chamber here. It's sort of bulbous going in before you see this tree rising up. You know, so this bridge here, this bridge that you're on, let's see, you would need to be like here to see what I'm about to talk about.
Ready?
But you're hidden. Okay. So this is open. Okay. It's this like hollowed out root kind of thing, kind of like an old log. And so you go up on top of it and you see in, and there's this kind of like bulb that forms the foyer as a room. And the inside it's oaken, and there's a closed wooden door right here. And there are 4 armchairs. And on one of the armchairs is a nasty old toy looking like woman. She does not have that rocking horse, though. But she's sitting there drinking tea, and it looks like she's talking to the armchairs.
Oh. I see.
Nothing's in the armchairs. Just looks like she's like turning to them and speaking.
That is worse. And I would like to return and say, oh dear. There has been a critical miscalculation. But we have survived so far.
Well, I think we actually knew before we got here that she'd probably be there.
I
So we just need
assumed
to, like-
she would be in literally the exact opposite location.
Back to
Why?
the goblin
Because
market.
it's where she lives.
Okay, so goblins are trying but failing to wrestle Catalan, and Chucklehead looks like he's going to run off and get guards. And Will is like surprised and not sure, and everybody's glowing. And there is a bunch of noise, and all the goblins and all the pixies are looking at you. What do you do?
Caber looks to Applehead guy and shouts out in Goblin, "No, we need Scabatha!" And then I'm going to give him a thumbs up and wink at him in Goblin.
He stops, and he looks around uncertainly, and then like the goblins are like, "Boss, they tried to steal our candy," and they're acting like they're kind of throwing like a fit, and this one in the tweed jacket is like, and they stole my mushrooms, and Chucklehead he's like, you can't come in here and steal candy and cause this ruckus. I have to go get the guards.
Oh, we don't need the guards. Let's just go straight to the top.
I can't get. If I get Granny Nightshade, we'll all be punished.
No, she's not going to punish you because we have something that she really wants.
And Will steps forward, and
Do you guys know who this is?
Chucklehead's like,
Will, I thought that you left, Will. It's good to see you again.
and Will's like, it's good to see you too, Chucklehead.
Oh, I was afraid of this day. I can go get her if you want.
Caber walks up to Chucklehead, wraps his arm around him, and he's going to whisper to him, I could probably get that earworm out of your ear if you wanted me to, too.
No, don't touch her. Don't touch her. Don't touch her.
Oh, that's okay. He's going to bend down, pick up some dirt, and like, here, I'll feed her. And like,
He starts stuffing like dirt in his head. It like goes like that, and like you stuff like a rotten. Your hand just goes through like a rotten apple, and you stuff a bunch of dirt in his head, and it falls out the side, and then he stops. He's like,
Thank you. I know I'm going to die soon, but this has been the happiest time of my life.
Caber nods agreeably.
Okay.
Padawan,
then he goes to get Scapatha. Wait, what did you say, Catawan?
Padawan shakes off the goblins, or tries to shake off the goblins, in order to go over to this window to smash it.
Oh my god.
I'm
gonna say. I'm gonna say that Chucklehead leaves, but you go smash the window.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you smash the window, and the goblins all come over, and they're all going to try to wrestle you to the ground. These are pixies, though.
Oh,
The pixies
Scabatha, where are you? Come out and play.
let's see.
While the goblins are distracted, I'm gonna go free these mushrooms.
Oh man, oh man.
Oh no.
You
I feel
release.
like breaking the window could have been a
It
mistake.
begins.
We're Team Chaos, so gotta be Team Chaos. That's how it goes.
You release
Team A.
a swarm of happy, jumping, singing mushrooms everywhere.
Oh my goodness, they can mimic me?
They're captivated by music.
I think you may have meant to put that in the DM notes section.
No, it's okay. I mean, you can read about campestries. I don't care. It's cute. Their attack is a headbutt, but it's devastating. It does 44 damage.
Oh!
But they have a +0 to hit, so they're not likely to hit it.
Anyways, they all like start like hopping around and singing, and they're like, yeah, and they're just everywhere now. And there's shattered glass, and goblins are trying to wrestle Catawan. Catawan,
Glowing.
What?
And we're all glowing.
And everybody's glowing. Catawan, Catawan, you can make a 4 contested strength checks.
But it's important. I need to know if the mushrooms bleed when they step on the broken glass.
Oof.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Okay, well, I'll
I
give you
don't
the
want
best
them
results
to,
here.
but I'm worried.
So you are able to, you have a swarm of goblins all over you, but they are not restraining or grappling you in any way, and you can do whatever you want. And then Will just comes and stands right in the middle of it with his hands on his hips. And eventually, so panning back to, this is a little meta, but just to say here, you were here, Den, you were seeing what's going on, and you see Scabatha, she's talking to these armchairs, and then this like thing with a rotten apple head comes through the door, and you see Scabatha like all of a sudden her on her back there's this like winding key, and it all of a sudden like starts to slow, and you can see steam coming out, and she looks like she's in a rage, and she chases the apple-headed thing out of the room. And Scabatha appears to have left the room.
I'll gesture to my comrades and companeros to come join me.
And they do. Woggletwig joins you, and then
All right, Woggletwig, I need you. It's your time to shine.
okay.
You see those armchairs over there?
Yeah.
I have a lot less confidence all of a sudden in what I'm going to ask you to do, but I need you to engage in diplomacy with your fellow wooded beings.
Okay. Woggletwig like nervously like waddles into the room, and he's like, hey guys. And like these like armchairs, they come to life, and they're like Pee-wee's Playhouse. Like they're like the armchairs, but with eyes, and then the seat comes up as a mouth. But
that is horrifying.
Oh, it gets worse. But then like when the seat comes up, there's like teeth, and they're like, "Who are you?" And they're really hateful. And Woggletwig just feels completely out of his element, and he's like,
I've made a mistake. I'm open to suggestions.
Cherry!
Then he has a couple droppings as blueberries trickle across the floor.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, man. How long you been holding that one in? Not as long as me, apparently. All right. Tiffany, go.
We're using echelon tactics.
Like, hold up my turtle shield and just like give him like a dirty fucking look, and then just go after Woggletwig very calmly and casually, and just be like, with my druidic and elvish, somehow try to cobble together a not language, and just be like, hey, don't be mean to my bushy friend.
They look at you, and they actually no, I really love that. Make a persuasion check.
Alright, how good am I at this? Oh jeez. Fuck me. 6.
Did you hear that, guys? She said, don't be mean to him.
And then like the chairs start to move, and they start to like jump, like like Pac-Man style with their, well, I put that on the wrong layer.
You told us earlier that this horrible idea of a tree house lit by candle. Are there any candles in the room?
Oh yeah.
When they start to move in their aggressive way that I assume they're moving, because that's all I can imagine is chairs moving aggressively,
Yeah, they're starting a Congo
I'm
line
gonna
toward
like
Woggle Twig.
clap and like cast thaumaturgy as many times as I can, as fast as I can, to light all the candles if they're
Oh,
not already lit.
okay. Make an intimidation check, but instead of your um, charisma modifier, you can use wisdom.
All right. Which, okay, I'm just gonna roll it inside there. I'll just roll with wisdom, and that's 23.
They stop terrified, and one of them gets like singed, and they're like, ah, ah, ah.
That
And
cut out.
they're terrified. One of them gets twinged with fire, and then they start to run around the room in terror, like as the lights start to go out in the room. And it turns out they're just big chickens.
All right, so I'm guessing we can be civil now. Everybody can calm down and get back in position, and we'll just pass on through like we were never here, maybe?
You say that out loud?
Yes.
No, they're having a meltdown. One of them thinks he's on
Oh.
fire, but he's not anymore. And these two over here, this one's like weeping and like ah! like what's the word I'm looking for? Like hysterical. And then the other one has like the arm of its armchair, and it's like trying to comfort it.
This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Great job, team. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like keep going at this
And
point.
while
Like,
while passing by the chairs, I want to say, all right, guys, calm down, take a seat, just like and then just keep going. I've said my one-liner. I'm done here.
I'm happy.
and
Take an
last word.
inspiration. No, you can't. Never mind. You can't take
Nope.
one. Nope.
Faith is just gonna be his last word over here. Just
Take
be
a
like, no, don't take the
spiritual one.
seats. They won't shut up now.
Oh man. Okay. Okay. Back to I'm gonna pan back to Theron and Nia. So you notice this dwarf. He's like, "I smell potatoes," and there's this like human little girl who's cooking something. It smells awful. How he came up with potatoes, who knows? And there is like a big oven here, and there's all kinds of gross stuff in there. What do you do?
Does
I'm
the
s-
little girl appear to be afraid of him, or
No.
hey, Darren, switch places? I don't think he might not be a bad guy. Possibly, maybe.
So are we going in?
I'm trying to determine if he's a bad guy or not, because I can either teleport past them behind the thing and hide, and make my way to the door, or we could just go talk to this guy. But the little girl does not appear to be afraid of him, which is a good sign to me.
I vote you just teleport your way in there.
All right.
And
So
if we
I'm a-
regret this, then we'll regret this.
I feel like you're using me as a sacrifice now.
I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth.
Yes, I would like to try and get here behind the thing where he can't see me with my amazing blink dagger.
Okay, so you teleport. You teleport there.
Yeah.
Okay, you can move your token there.
Whoop.
All right. Cool. And now you're gonna try to like hide.
Stealth.
So
Well,
you-
I want to like stealth to this door, and if I can see through it, then I want to teleport through it. But if I can't, then I want to like stealth my way through it.
the little girl, she looks sad and she looks back and says to the dwarf, "No, no, Elkhorn, they're not potatoes. How did you get out?" And he's like, "I ain't giving up yet. I'm gonna make my way out of here. You just wait and see." And they're talking to each other, and you teleport behind this thing here. They don't see you, and you're able to look in the door, and you see on the other side of the door a hag.
Oh, no. It's not good.
She's pacing back and forth.
All right. Well,
That complicates it a little bit.
but I just overheard something useful, so I'm gonna like cautiously reveal myself, but stay on this side of this hole.
I would also like to try to see if I can't get this door open.
The door is not locked, and you're able to open it.
And while he's doing that, I'm gonna be like, "Hey,
Bless you.
hey!"
You're saying that to these people?
Yes.
Who's
Little
there?
girl in the-
Who said that?
I said that.
Well, who are you? Wait.
I am
Has she
Nia,
gotten
the
her word?
magnificent teleporting dwarf elf girl.
Well, you look like one of them kids that she's gonna kidnapped.
Exactly. But how did I get here? So, you're not supposed to be here either, right?
No.
Wink.
I
Okay.
see what you're saying. You're looking to get out of here.
Yes, and we're looking to take as many little people as we can away from this horrible place.
I like
And then,
this
like,
girl.
I want to try and like stab her chain off the like in like the middle of it somewhere and just be like, freedom.
Make a, well, I'm not going to use the 5e rules. I'm going to say if you could make a either, a strength check to try to break it off. Anyways,
Oof.
as you do that, you can see Elkhorn is also chained.
I would. Is there like
Managed
a
to
lock on
0.
there?
The one
gently
minus
clank
one.
it. He's like, well,
Is there?
I could probably break that chain, but Lord, she put me in one herself. And he lifts up his leg, and there's like a big, huge chain that's chaining the dwarf down.
Is there a lock on it? Like, can I unlock him from it? Is it like shackled?
Yeah,
Can I
he's
attempt
shackled.
to pick it?
You can make a sleight of hand check. And he says,
That
"Oh, go ahead."
is a 15.
Oh, wow. Okay. Before you do that, he says, "She's done said she promised to have a plot for me out there near them mushrooms. When soon as someone clears up, I gotta get out of here.
Oh,
And, well, I gotta put an end to those Perenval people. Dane Yearnheart, they said. I'm gonna put an end to them. What they're trying
I thought
to do
that was going
here."
a completely different direction.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where he was going with that either.
What? Oh, anyways. So like, and then he notices like clank, and like the shackle comes off. He's like, "Wild bee, where did you come from, little feller?"
I point to the doorway. I'm like, from over there.
"Yeah, you came through the door. Well, I'll tell you what, you done got the shackles off my feet. Well, I agree with you, young lady. Let's get these kids out of here, and let's get scooting."
And I would like to reattempt freeing the little girl, but like also picking a lock.
The dwarf comes over and just rips the chain off.
That works.
It is not a dwarf
okay.
chain.
But here's what we got to do first. We got to go back through this door, and I need you guys to run in circles counterclockwise until we come back downstairs. And then we'll go get the rest of the children.
The little girl's like, "Okay." And the dwarf's like, "Well, I don't see no mind in that. Why in the world would we do something like that?" And then
Because
the girl gets
it'll
ready to
keep
like run in circles.
the other lady from coming after us. There are 2 dwarf tokens.
Well, if you say so. I tell you what, Mishka, if you can run in circles, I'm gonna find something to whop her on the head with. And he starts like trying to pull on things, and he pulls like one of the bookshelves, and like it's just rotted. So it like he's like, "Well, that won't work," and he's looking around to try to find a weapon.
Can I hand him? I have a hand axe, which I'm not sure what's
It's
the child
definitely
equivalent
not a
of.
hand axe. It's
I figured that it's like a
rubber
small
hammer
stick
or
rubber hammer, something like that.
yeah.
And I give him one of those.
He's like, well, that's awfully sweet of you, young man. And it's like a rubber mallet, you know. And then he goes back to looking for weapons. But the girl, she's like, my name's Mishka. Says that to Theron and Nia. And she's like ready to run around in circles.
My name's probably Nia.
I offer my hand to like shake it, and I'm like, I'm Theron.
She shakes your hand and then gets her ready like she's like in a sprinting position.
But I can see into this room, right?
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
the door locked?
Nope.
Well, I'm immediately going to teleport like right here and just start going in counterclockwise circles.
You teleport there right in front of Bavorna,
Yeah.
and she's sitting there, and she's like, "You again?" And then you
And
start to
I'm-
run in
I'm
circles,
already-
and she's
yep.
like, "Achoo, achoo," and she starts sneezing everywhere.
And I sprint up the stairs.
And then the girl comes in, she starts like sprinting around in circles,
Yeah.
and
I have a fear
Bavorna just
somewhere.
keeps sneezing.
And then while she's doing that, I'm going to say, okay, keep doing that. And I'm going to follow him upstairs. Which seems like probably not the best idea, but we'll find out.
All right. Meanwhile, back in the Goblin Market, there's utter chaos. People are glowing. The goblins are wrestling Catawan, and Catawan's just lumbering around. The goblins aren't bothering him at all, and there's like an army of singing mushrooms dancing and
Spreading
shouting
cheer!
and jumping up on everything. And Chucklehead comes out with Scabatha Nightshade, and she says, "Silence!" And then like the Campestries stop, and they start shivering, and all the goblins stop and like cover their heads and everything. And she says, "Well, well, well. It's good to see you again." And also,
All right, out of character. Thomas, what's our plan here?
Have
we
really thought
distracted
that far ahead.
Are we distracted enough? Are we supposed to continue distraction, or is it like game over now? We just gotta get out. Because I have an idea, but I don't want to do it if it's too soon.
What's your idea?
Well, technically I have two ideas. The first is manipulate the key in any direction. In any way to do that, we have multiple ways to attempt that. And then, or plan B, cast Thunderwave, immediately get some distance between us and her, and start booking it out of here. And it's especially effective if I can get, Will pushed one way and what's her face pushed the other way, and in that like small moment of time, then use that to our advantage too. But like those are my ideas, but both are pretty terrible. So
I think your idea of pushing her as far away as possible, then booking it is the best idea. She'll follow us probably, or she'll attempt to, which will buy us a little more time. Then, if we see that she's starting to, fall back and not fall behind again, then we'll taunt her and tease her and,
Yeah.
try to get her to chase after us.
okay, then that'll be what we do then. All right.
and with that, she's like, "Oh, what is? Yeah, so okay, go ahead. What is it that you try to do? Yeah."
So when she comes out, starts lecturing all of us. I think when she screams silence, Kaber does the opposite thing and like pulls out his harp and begins to pluck it annoyingly. And then once her attention is on Kaber, I'd like to cast Thunderwave. And the intent is not to damage anybody, but use the area of effect. It's cast on self, and everyone within 15 feet gets pushed back 10 feet.
You can roll for initiative to see who goes first.
Alrighty.
And you guys can take group initiative, so you can do in any turn. We just need to see if you can beat her.
This is Baby Kaber. Baby Kaber has a +4, which makes it 14.
A 14?
Mm-hmm.
Catawan, you can roll 2. Because what's going to happen? Oh,
At 20.
20. Okay. I'm gonna say Catalan's able to act first, and then we'll do group initiative. Then what does Catalan do?
Padawan uses his action to ready an action for when Caber does his move. He looks to Caber and nods and says, "Scabatha, huh? You don't look that bad." Well, I mean, actually, they're probably the worst looking thing I've ever seen, but that's, that's kind of rude to say. But I guess I said it. So, yeah, there's that.
Um,
Roll
she
vicious mockery damage.
She's like, now, I wouldn't say I'm that bad.
and you notice that the trees behind you are suddenly like, and are like bending over, and their branches are reaching for you, and they're trying to grab you as you try to get away. Make a dexterity saving throw. And I need this.
Never fails. 8.
Uh, 8. Okay. And what did you get, Caber?
Oh, I'm rolling too. Okay, I didn't roll yet. Dex saving throw.
Yeah.
I rolled really well. That would be a 24.
Nice. She says,
Can I
oh,
use my Shield of Tempest thing to? Well, no, I don't want to do that. My AC is low enough as it is. Never mind. Never
yeah.
mind.
Also, you
Sorry.
don't have it.
Oh,
Interestingly, yeah.
okay.
You do not have your adult things. But anyways, she says,
Now, be polite and enjoy some tea with Granny Nightshade.
and like the earth underneath her forms a chair, and like there's another chair here now, and she sits on it, and then the tree forms a chair, and it forces and it restrains Catalan, but although a chair forms underneath you, Caber, you're able to break free and escape. Now, there is certainly a lot of chaos going on here. I'm going to zoom back to Team Alpha, Theta, Zeta, whatever the frick you guys are. And
Team 1.
You make it into the workshop, and I'll describe what you see here. You see there are some sort of magic is going on here. There's an ambient music with chimes, and there's a bunch of toys heaped up on tables, partially made. Half-built rocking horses and dolls' heads and stuffed limbs of dolls and teddy bears and things. And there's a saucepan in the back of the room that's melting metal. And you can hear that there is indeed all kinds of commotion, and you can see it looks like Scabatha doing some kind of magic as everyone's glowing, and you can see the trees looming over your friends and stuff. And you also see children in here that look now terrified. There's a drow boy, a halfling girl, and a human girl in here.
And what is this thing that you revealed earlier when Caber made everything fairy fired?
That is a I'm gonna see if I can find it. I can find it. An oily creature, a creature made of oil, and the children seem terrified, and you can see that there are more of these things that are surrounding them, and there are 3 kids that are working as they're whimpering, and the drow child is like cursing at them. Let's see here. Yeah. There's a little halfling girl with a cute little nose. She's real tiny, and there's a female girl, and then a slightly older male drow boy.
Okay, I'm going to very casually just walk up and be like, "Fear not, tiny children who are my size. I've brought an adult."
Also, who has the oil can?
Tabor.
That's unfortunate.
No, I do.
I'm saying I do not have it. Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
Baron
That's
has
too
it.
bad because I was just gonna start chucking these things out a window.
oh well. Oh well. They turn and they're like, they start to surround you as well.
I would like to punt the closest one across the room.
Are the children chained here?
They are not chained here, actually.
Love to hear it.
Just emotional chains.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see what. You're gonna try to punt it across the room. You can roll for initiative.
Oh dear.
Oh, they're quite bad too.
A whole 6.
But let's see how much time we got left. 26 minutes. We're gonna pause. Now you can remind me that we're doing initiative, and you can keep a roll if you want it. And we're gonna go back to
Not gonna lie, I hope you forget that roll. Actually,
Nia and Theron, and I'm gonna describe what you guys see in this room. You guys can now hear that there's a commotion going on outside. You can hear yelling, and you can see the trees out the window looming over your friends. And you can even see on the opposite end, there's more commotion as the other kids are now valiantly fighting against the scarecrows. And let's see here. There's some candlelight. There's candles that are on here, and there is a shelf of books on the wall, and there's a mirror right here, and there's a desk over on the other wall. Wait, no. Yeah. And there's a door right here. What do y'all do?
I mean, he's the one who can feel his soul, so I'm just gonna kind of like hang out and wait for him to be like, "Oh, I think it's here."
Yeah, you have an overwhelming feeling that it's behind this door.
All right. I opened the door.
You see a desk in here, and it has one of those posters. It looks like that she started to try to write, and it's starting to become like insane. Like it's like find this, and then it has a bunch of gibberish. Deliver him alive and unharmed, and maybe I won't turn you into an octopus. And it starts getting crazy, and you can also see a chest next to it, and then there's a different chest on the opposite side.
I open this chest.
When you open that chest, you find the following things. It's just a regular chest. It's not locked. You find 2 spell scrolls, a varnished human eyeball, a black feathered quill with a bone tip, and a tiny clockwork frog, and 2 clockwork birds.
I wind the frog up and let it loose across this floor before going to the other chest and opening it.
It hops and makes it to right here. It faces against the wall this way, and then loudly goes "Roar!" and like it echoes. It makes a really loud noise.
I would like to retrieve it and chuck it out what appears to be a window as hard as I can.
No, my frog.
You break the window, and the clockwork frog tumbles out the window.
And is this a bassinet?
Let me just make sure.
That is a fish skeleton with a large pile of moss growing on its forehead.
I thought it was an upside down horseshoe crab.
It kind of looks like a rib cage with a halo.
It looks like a bassinet modeled on the facehuggers from Alien.
I think it looks like a really metal dog bed.
Or it's a sparrow hovering over a porcelain nest.
I don't feel like a sparrow could carry this. It's not a coconut.
It's a lantern.
I mean, it looks like relative to the bed, it looks like a bassinet size-wise.
It's like a lot of things.
And then there's another thing in here. I wanna just gotta find it. There is a I found it. There is a right here, a rocking horse, and it's actually rocking as you enter the room.
Oh, fuck me.
Really buried the lead there.
Well, yeah, ignoring the obviously living furniture, I would like to try and determine if there are any hidden rooms, wink wink.
You find a mirror, and when you gaze into the mirror, you see that... wait, do you look in the mirror?
I will look in the mirror.
You see a gray plane into nothingness, like those mirrors that you saw in the Witchlight Carnival.
Can I remove the mirror?
No.
I knock on the mirror.
The mirror knocks back.
I mean, that would be the second time he's pulled that fucking move on me.
The mirror falls off the hinges and swallows her whole.
There's a thing for that.
Remind me to tell you about the soup that looks back after this.
Something grabs your hand and tries to pull you into the mirror.
I grab whatever hand is not being held. I grab one of my weapon or plushie with and stab the thing that grabbed me in the wrist, I assume.
Okay. Let's step you back here. And the thing comes out of the mirror.
Oh.
Darren, you can make a perception check.
You kind of scared the crap out of me, little pig girl from the carnival, but hi again.
Perception? That's a 7.
7, yeah, you don't notice this then.
I have my head in the other chest, is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Hopefully more than your head, because otherwise it's a mimic.
Well, it won't let me do that. So let me go back to, let me make sure here. Let's see. Uh-oh, I lost it.
I love listening to the things that Ross is saying out of context and then applying to the context of what just happened. Where Sean's like, yeah, but hopefully it's more than just your head, otherwise it's a mimic. And then Ross is like, it won't let me do that. Like, it won't let me put a mimic there. I tried.
Roll20 won't let me put the mimic token down.
Gosh darn it.
It says I have reached the limit of
tokens on the map.
I must use a different token.
This sucks. I'm sorry. I gotta figure out where this thing is. I lost the place.
The second chest is now Ganon from The Legend of Zelda.
No. In order to do this, I have to figure out where this is.
I think he's trying to figure out what planar dimension I'm about to get dragged to.
You definitely started an entirely optional boss fight. So
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like there's something in that room that I'm not supposed to know is there.
yeah, and you found it.
Well, no, she wasn't in the room. She was in the mirror. Which means the treasure should be that much more awesome if I make it out alive.
If.
I just need a second.
I did say if.
The problem is, I think, is if you do die, then what happens?
Here it is. Oh, go ahead. This is very poorly laid out, and it's very frustrating. She comes out, and you stab her, and she looks at it. Nothing. You stabbed her, right?
To be fair, I stabbed her when it was just a random hand coming out of an empty mirror grabbing me. But like I didn't like pull her out of the mirror and then I was like, "Oh, a little girl." Like that makes me sound insane.
Well, you stabbed her because you said you stabbed her.
Yeah.
And she says she looks down when you stab her and you look, there's no blood. And it's just like and like you stabbed and it comes out and she looks at it and she says, "Why have you disturbed me?"
Yeah, sorry about that. I just feel like that mirror is placed very suspiciously, and I didn't know knocking on it was going to startle you, which made you startle me. So I was kind of just hoping there was some way, like, I feel like there's probably something behind that mirror. Kinda, maybe.
I don't like that you're here.
Yeah.
Children shouldn't be idle. Children should make the toys.
Oh dear.
But I'm not idle. I'm standing watch vigilantly.
I don't think you're supposed to be here.
I don't think you're supposed to be here either because you're also a little girl in a pig mask who was at a carnival. I saw you. What were you doing at the carnival? Shouldn't you have been here?
I'm going to go tell Granny Nightshade, and she starts to step back into the mirror.
I want to grab her and try to stop her from stepping into the mirror.
All right. Make a
This is not going to go well.
Grapple check, contested check.
Strength.
I need my stats, please. Okay, here we go.
Awesome. Dirty one.
Man, you are rolling shit tonight, man.
I have a -1 to strength.
She has no problem at all just ignoring you and stepping back into the mirror and disappears.
I would like to break the mirror, although it seems like that probably won't solve anything.
You break the mirror. And meanwhile, back at the ruckus down here. Let's see here, right here. Well, you all don't have to make a perception check because you see something appear. You see a girl step out of some glass around a corner. And she sees all this stuff going on where you look like you're about to fight all this oil, and she just like ignores it and begins to walk past you.
Where did she step out at?
Oh, sorry, I didn't. I'll pin it. Actually, let me kind of reanimate it here.
Oh,
right
she's in the
here.
rectangle room.
Yeah, and she starts to she sees what's going on and is just walking past. Meanwhile, back here, what are you all doing? Actually, no. Before we end tonight, so you saw all that happen. Theron, back here with Theron and Neo. Neo, what do you do after she steps into the mirror?
See anything?
I shout out to Theron, "You're gonna want to hurry up now. We have a problem. Hurry faster."
I'm still digging through the other chest apparently. While
Gotta
all
go
this
fast.
is going on.
You check the other chest?
I said that before we.
Yeah, he's been checking it for like the last 5 minutes.
Okay, well I can only do one thing at a time. So you check the other chest, and it opens into this glowing miasma of endlessness.
I poke it.
And at that, I'm going to pause the recording. And actually, since it's 10:40, I'm going to stop the session, and then Mason and I will chat.
Oh, I always like having one-on-one chats with DM. That's always exciting.
Yeah, that doesn't sound dangerous
But
at all.
since Thomas has to go, I can let me get rid of this boggle here. That's in the. We can go ahead and go back to them for a second. What are you guys going to do in the ruckus down here? Caber is the one that's free.
Yeah, I think Caber would get really desperate and make an attempt to rush her as she's in this relaxed state on this chair and try to pull the key out from her back.
All right. Make a. It would be like an acrobatics or an athletics check, and I'm going to contest it against her.
Let me see what I got. We're going acrobat.
Let me see what you got.
Show me what you've got. Thank goodness, I rolled an 18. So that's 22 total.
Awesome.
22. Let's see what she can do.
She gets net
She
one.
does very poorly, and you spin behind her chair, and you grab the key, and it won't come out of her back. What do you do with it?
Which way? Like, I'm gonna quickly jiggle it either direction and see which way it moves freely.
Yeah, you can move it either way, and it's not hard for you to see that basically when you move it, which way is it? I may have this backwards, it doesn't matter. Counterclockwise, it begins to slow, and clockwise, it seems to wind up and make it faster.
We're gonna go slow. We'll go counterclockwise and get this. We'll keep turning it, and after I get it turning, I'm going to like step off of her back and use Mage Hand to keep continuing to turn it, while also try to attempt to free Catalan.
All right, Catalan, you can make a strength saving throw, and Caber, you can attempt a strength or athletics check. And then when you move the key and slow it down, she starts to steam and grow angry, and her eyes grow bigger, and she rises up out of the chair, and she's like, "You don't realize what you've done." And she like raises up. Let's see, you got an 11. What'd you get, Caber?
6.
6. Yeah, you're not able to get him out of the chair, but Will steps forward, and he's like, "It's me you want. It's me." And Scabatha looks back and is like, "Finally, I knew you'd show yourself." And Will's like, "Leave them alone. I came to turn myself in." And Scabatha's like, "Did you tell them who you really were? What you really are?"
I know what Will is. He's a friend, unlike you, you fat piece of garbage. And I'm gonna cast vicious mockery at her.
All right,
Is he actually Pig Mask's daddy?
The goblins like run in terror. Also, just gonna move them out of the way. They are not interested in this fight. You also have the 3 chairs now, and then Chucklehead looks like really ambivalent and like scared, but he backs up, and you can roll for initiative.
I thought we already did. Do we roll again?
No, I'm sorry. I guess I had the other group. So now it looks like everybody's in initiative order, except for the other group. And yeah, what did you get? Oh yeah, you already did. That's right. So
I had a 14.
Let's see. And you haven't acted. You did act. Okay, so it's Scabatha's turn. Let's go Scabatha. It goes Catawan. And then I'm going to do group initiative. So it goes Catawan, Scabatha, Caber, Catawan, Scabatha, Caber. Okay?
Okay. And when does Will act then?
He'll act with you all in whatever turn you want. I'm assuming at the top of the round is probably best.
Yeah.
That's up to you. Let me pop him out here.
Will's already on the map. That's what you're looking for.
No, I have to have his. Gosh darn.
Stats.
Stats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, his token's already on the board. I don't know what you're looking for.
Here we go. All right. So, let's see. You acted, and so now it's Scabatha's turn. Scabatha is going to start with a classic. She's going to point to Caber and say, I think you're kind of uppity for a squirrel. And she's going to attempt to cast Polymorph.
All right. So that's a wisdom saving throw?
That is a... I can't freaking read it.
And if it's wisdom or charisma.
Wisdom saving throw.
16.
16. You pass. I would imagine that you're able to, like, she, like, reaches her hand and, like, magical energy, like, warps around towards you and you start to begin to shrink, but you're able to run around behind one of the goblins, and instead they turn into a squirrel.
I would have liked to think that he actually parries it with the blade, and he just he says, "I'm not a squirrel anymore."
Nice, I love it. Okay,
I'm a real boy now.
and that makes it Will's turn. Will all of a sudden has some real crazy things that he can do. And he reveals what he actually is.
A unicorn.
I wish it were true.
Ancient face spirit. A frog. He's just
Vampire.
a frog.
A
He's
dragon.
a vampire. That would have been par for the course.
Dane Earnhardt.
It was Dane Earnhardt the whole time, and I called him a friend.
Oh man,
What is he?
That would have been the plot twist that made me pull my hair out. That was Dane Earnhardt.
he is this thing. Everything is so computer. Come on.
I got high expectations, Ross. Don't let me down.
Oh.
Oh, oof.
Oh boy.
All
Not
of a sudden he like morphs into this thing, his skin bursting out, and he rushes to attack Scabatha. And he's going to attempt to, let's see, what can he do? He's going to do, let's see, he does 2. $19 definitely hits. He does 12 plus 3, and then he's going to do it again. It's also a nat 20, which, does that account for that? Yeah, it does. It doubled it, yeah. 12 plus 3 is 15 plus 9, and he just begins slashing her. And you can actually see, like, chunks of her wooden body being torn off like a toy, and she screams in horror. And she actually she's obviously going to flee, and you can see that. Is Caber or Catalan going to try to stop her?
Yeah, I
Catalan
definitely
can't do anything.
This is true.
But
you can make a strength saving throw. Go ahead, Caber.
I definitely like to try to interact the key again and see if was it obvious to tell that the slowing down was effective of like changing her physical prowess whatsoever? Like, does it seem like she was stronger?
No, it's obvious that what it does is it makes her really mad. So it like calms her down if she's wound up and she's like, and it's moving normally. But then when it slows down, she gets really, really angry. Catalan, you're free.
Sweet. Catalan tries to attack
Go for it.
if I can. Okay,
Go ahead.
cool.
What did you say? What were you thinking, Jake?
I would like to try to pull the key out again. Just pull it out all together. See if that's stuff.
You're not able to pull it out. It seems like it's completely connected to her.
Okay, I would like to try to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Does a 25 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. 8 damage.
Alright, let me see if she's able to... Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, you, what does it look like when you attack her?
He takes his little...
kids' toys, or whatever.
Yeah, he takes his little rubber mallet, which is actually his +1 warhammer, and just takes a big old swing at her and probably knocks some skin loose or something.
Yeah, it cracks. You can actually see cracks form on her wooden body, and she looks at you in terror. And Cabra, what do you do?
I say, I've made turds that are prettier than you, and cast Vicious Mockery.
All right, and you did that before, so I apologize. I'll see if I'll give her both. You can roll for. Let's see here. I think she passes though. Yeah, she passes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then she casts plane shift. And she says,
You haven't seen the last of us, or the Hourglass Coven.
and she like disappears. And with that, Will is like a monster, and he looks at himself, and he's like, and he holds his head. He's like,
I can't hold it much longer. I have to flee before I kill you all.
Is there a way to change you back to a kid?
No. She cursed me to be a good child. Murder, blood. But I have always been evil. It's too late for me. I don't want to harm you.
and he runs off into the wilderness.
Never underestimate the power of will.
The goblins like start to poke their head out, and he's like, and one of them's in goblins. Catalan, you don't understand it. He says, "So, are you gonna pay for that?" And that's where we'll end the session for the night. And also, the mushrooms are still everywhere.
Great success.
True.